From the weather team you can trust, here's Chief Meteorologist Eric Snidel.
I mean, we can all feel the humidity this afternoon, but this is one of those days that you can actually see the byproduct of some of that humidity. It makes the air just a touch hazy. It's not a big difference, but it's a difference, and it's certainly noticeable today. We've had a dew point that's been hovering around 70 degrees for the better part of the entirety of the day. It got as high as 72 earlier this morning. The afternoon usually mixes the atmosphere out a little bit. That convective current, air goes up, other air comes down, can kind of push in some relatively drier air. But even with that in mind, it's still an almost 70-degree dew point, and I don't think this is going to change substantially over the better part of these next couple of days. It's going to get a little worse before it starts getting a little bit better. Thursday and Friday dew points per the Euro model, maybe even higher than what we have seen at times today, and there's going to be more heat involved, especially tomorrow. This is why we've got heat advisories in effect for your Thursday, and it's also why we are not dropping into comfortable territory at any point tonight. Rule of thumb, we mentioned this on occasion, temp can't drop below the dew point. So if your dew point is 69 degrees, that is your best case scenario of how low we will go by daybreak. Many others are going to be in the low 70s, and that will be it. So the AC units are going to be running, I fear, but you're going to get a break, a chance to save some money, I think, going into next week. Little guys that have sprouted up out in Wayne County, they're struggling at this hour. Makes sense. This is probably driven by the fact we're now getting relatively late in the day here, but we've got some additional downpours in the Finger Lakes that are surviving. They're all pulling their way farther eastward. Lake breeze boundary set up here. It's a lot of cumulus clouds, but very little in the way of rainfall, which means for a lot of us, the waiting game is going to be for things to recycle and recharge tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, heat advisories for all of our lakeshore counties, including Livingston and Ontario, 12 noon to 8 p.m., because heat index numbers could get as hot as 95 degrees. Not a record, not unusual. We do this many times through the course of the summer. Tomorrow's just going to be the first time that we have to contend with that. Let's keep an eye on radar tomorrow. This is a series of days here where these little weak disturbances that propagate through, they can kick off strong storms at any point. And it really drives what the rest of the day is going to do. Models have a very hard time analyzing exactly when and where they're going to be. So it's almost like random feast or famine. Same deal on Friday. But I suspect on Friday, most of the development that goes into the afternoon tries to do so already east of the area. That, in my opinion, would be a very good thing, because those storms would probably be strong to severe. Many of you who are going to go see the big boy tomorrow, obviously, going to be watching radar closely. Have a plan here in case you have a downpour, certainly with lightning involved, but also have a plan to stay cool and hydrated. Letchworth is going to be packed with people. You may be standing out there for a while, so have water ready to go. Overall heat risk out of this, it's not just us, but it most certainly is us. Everybody splashed in red there. You're going to be looking at heat index numbers toward the middle 90s. I teased you with relief into next week. What does relief look like in mid-June? Highs back in the 70s and overnight lows back in the 50s.
Wow.
That's good stuff.